going to start a new topic, a new unit. And that new unit is called risk and danger. That is a new topic. If you remember, for the last 2 weeks, you worked on the topic of time and time matters, time situations. We spent time talking about that, daily routine, different activities that you do on the day, checking your time management, etc. And that was in weeks number 2 and 3. And for week number 4 and 5, the topic is risk and danger. In Spanish, the meaning is riesgos or riesgo y peligro. So it's a very interesting topic because, you know, in this life, especially now with the pandemic situation, COVID-19, all around the world, you know, for a long time, we are living in a risky and dangerous country and world, you know. So I think it's a very suitable, adequate topic to revise together. And you will have to face different dangers and risks every day in your professions too, in your future professions. When you work as veterinarians, working with animals, you know, you will also have to be careful with those risks and dangers. And in everyday life, in everyday occupation and activities, we have to be careful and we have to face different risky and dangerous situations. So that is a topic we're going to do together this week and next week. In this class, more specifically, we're going to do one kind of long activity together about this new topic, and then I will explain to you the rest of the activities that you will have to do individually, okay, during this week, all of them connected with the new topic of risk and danger, okay? So let's begin with the activities of this new topic, risk and danger. I'm going to show you some pictures, okay? And we are going to talk a little bit about these situations. So let me do that now. Okay, here we have some pictures. You're going to use your microphones to tell me, to speak with me, okay? Anybody who wants to speak. What is this?
Swimming.
Yeah, and where are the people swimming more exactly?
In the ocean?
Absolutely, yeah. The people, in most of these pictures, people are swimming in the ocean, in the sea, right? This can be very, very, very nice, right? Look here, for example, people are having fun. They look absolutely relaxed. They are with the family. But at the same time, you can have some problems, you know, and it can be really risky in some occasions. So that is the first activity that can become risky. What about this? What is going on here in these pictures?
People drive.
People are driving, yeah.
Are driving. Mhm.
Yeah, and look at this. Look at this one, for example. What's happening to this kid? Or maybe here to this people. Are they wearing the seat belts?
No.
Okay, no. So that is another situation that can be very, very dangerous. To drive your car, to be in a car without seat belts. Look at these pictures now, at these images. Tell me, what are they showing?
Extreme sports?
Yeah, and more precisely, adventure sports, right? Adventure sports. There are many, many, you know. This is, for example, motor biking, motor racing. Here you have climbing. Here you have, oof, this is beautiful, but so crazy. This is bungee jumping. Bungee jumping. Would you ever do it yourselves? Would you like to do it yourselves?
No,
Why not?
Yes.
Why not? Why yes?
because it's so risky and dangerous.
It's very risky. And why yes?
I like it for reason, for esa razón.
Ah,
It's extreme.
you like danger. Oh yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like adrenaline.
And that,
Eso
yeah,
mismo.
exactly. That shot of adrenaline in that moment must be really, really something, right? Really strong. Okay, and that's why people, in general terms, get involved in all these sports because of the adrenaline they get, they feel. But yeah, they can be risky. Water rafting here, parachuting here, mountain climbing, parachuting, paragliding, water rafting. Well, skiing can be also. I think this is rope. No me acuerdo cómo se llama. Rope walking or something. Cuerda floja. All right, then we have this. What's this? What are people doing here? You can read. What are they doing? Home.
Home repairs?
Home repairs. Can you say that? Home repairs. Home repairs, you know, that is a typical activity. Many people do home repairs. They repair the house, they fix the house, when it has some problems with the water, with electricity, with the roof on top. Do you like doing this? Can you help your family doing home repairs or not? No, apparently not. In my case, yeah, but I can only do things like painting, things like maybe, well, all the garden stuff, gardening, cutting the grass, etc. Simple things, but I cannot do electrical things or maybe go and repair the roof, you know. Those things are more technical and they can be more dangerous, more risky, right? So that is a roof, and that is roofing. Or you can do exterior repairs, right? You can repair the gutters, especially now when you have all the plants and all the leaves, hojas, that you have to take from the gutters, you know, and that is simple. That is simple, but anyways, it can be risky. What about this? What is this activity in the pictures?
Cooking?
Do you like cooking?
Yes.
I'm yes.
You think it's
Yes.
dangerous? You think it's dangerous and risky, really, or not?
Yes.
It can be risky. Look at this, you know. You can have some problems with fire or with the knives, you know, with the knives when you cut something. Yeah. So you have to be careful too. Anyways, but it doesn't look so risky. What are the people doing here? What are the people doing here?
Start to cell phone.
Yeah, they are doing two things: driving and talking using the phone. And that can be very risky, you know? Very risky. So we are going to talk later. You are going to talk later in mini groups. What can happen to you, or what can happen to people in general when they do these activities? What dangers can they suffer, okay, when they do these activities, all these activities, without the proper care, without being careful? We have one more here. So nice. Look at this wonderful picture, my friends. Isn't it amazing? We have a great panoramic view of the mountains. Wow, this is similar to Torres del Paine. Well, this activity is called trekking, mountain trekking, right? And it can be dangerous, of course. It's beautiful, but it can be dangerous to walk, to go to the mountains, especially if you go alone and maybe not prepared. bad things can happen to you too. What is this? What are people doing?
Take the sun.
Yeah, in English you say bañarse en sol. ¿Cómo se diría eso? Sun bathing. That is a technical expression, sunbathing. Can you say that? Sunbathing. Sunbathing. What about this? Have you ever done it yourselves? How do you say this in Spanish in Chile?
Hacer dedito.
To make finger. To make finger in English? To do finger? No, that's Spanglish. How do you say it in real English? Anybody knows?
No sé si, yo no sé ni cómo se dice bien en español, profe. Solo sé que es como pedir dedito.
Hacer dedo dice uno en Chile, po.
Entonces sí,
En otros países de habla hispana puede ser hacer autostop, también, que es como un anglicanismo. Y es esto, hitchhiking. Hitch es una palabra bastante especial, hitchhiking. La pueden pronunciar dividiéndola en dos, más fácil. Hitch, can you say that? Hitch. Hiking. Hitchhiking. So that is to do hitchhiking. And it can be, it's very practical, especially if you want to travel the country or the world in a cheap, without money, but it has dangers, you know, it has, sorry, many dangers. And now we're going to talk about what can happen to people, what can happen to you if you do these activities, all right? And at the same time, we are going to do a ranking. Do you know what a ranking is? Well, we're going to do a ranking of these activities. You will find in discussing with your partners in many groups, you will find the most dangerous activities from this list, okay? And at the same time, you are going to discuss what can happen to you when you do these activities. There is one document in Material Docente, and the name is Risk and Danger Ranking. I'm going to open up the document. You can open up to that document. Risk and Danger Ranking on Material Docente. So here you have all these activities that we checked, and you are going to speak about them. In question number 1 says, according to your personal opinion, rank these activities from the most to the least dangerous. No van a hacer eso. No las van a rankear todo. Lo que van a hacer en estos grupitos que yo voy a dividir ahora de 3 personas, lo que van a hacer con sus compañeros es discutir en inglés y encontrar el top 4. El top 4, las 4 más riesgosas de acuerdo a su opinión. So that is number 1. You're going to discuss and make your top 4 most risky or dangerous activity. And in number 2, you are going to discuss, speak about what can happen to people in all these different cases when they do all these activities, okay? So, for example, driving and talking on a phone. Well, in my case, I think this is definitely in the top 4 for me. Yeah, this should be in my top 4. I think it's very risky, maybe in top 1 or top 2 in my list. And what can happen to people? What is the answer? What can happen to people when they drive and talk on a mobile phone? No, nada? Well, I think, que calladitos, they can,
Crash.
they can crash. They can have a car crash. Eso van a hacer, ya van a ir activando su vocabulario que lo tienen por ahí escondido para ir describiendo. Si no se les viene la palabra, van al tiro ahí a un diccionario en línea y van diciendo. So people can have a car crash. They can have an accident. They can have an accident. They can have a car crash. They can, in the end, they can die from a car accident. So this is really risky, you know? And this is what you have to do now, okay? ¿Alguna consulta antes de separarlo en grupitos? ¿En mini grupitos?
No.
Okay. Que les vaya bien. Use English all the time. Try to speak as much as possible. Yo voy a mantener por si acaso esta hojita acá y ahora los separo. A ver. Pam, 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 pam. Ya. Únanse a los grupos Good Practice. ¿Qué tal la práctica?
Good.
Very bad.
Good or bad?
Bad.
Oh, no les creo. It's not so difficult. All this vocabulary is not difficult. For example, a ver, veamos. Me perdí. Isidora, tell me one of the activities that is in your top 4.
Driving and talking on a mobile phone.
Okay, well, that was the example. We know that people can have accidents and die, have a car crash. It's in my top 1 also. It's very serious. Do you have one more in your top 4? One more activity?
Walking alone in the hills and mountains.
Okay, yeah, it can be dangerous. Maybe it's in my top 4 too. And Isidora, ¿qué discutieron en el grupo? What can happen to you in this case?
You can have an accident.
Okay, what kind of accident can you have, people? Anybody? When you go mountain trekking, and especially when you go alone, what can happen to you? What kind of problems or accidents you can have? Anybody here? Daniela, Catalina, Kimberly, whatever, whoever. Well, you can get lost. That is the first thing, you can get lost. And then if you get lost, te pierdes, many problems you can have, you know. You can get lost and lose, maybe lose contact. Lose contact with the world. Maybe you can get hungry. Maybe you
Don't
can
have someone to help.
Not find someone to ask for help. Break a bone, maybe. In the mountains, it's very possible. Get lost, lose contact, get hungry, break a bone, suffer from cold, be cold, etc., 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 and eventually, after some time, die, you know? So many things can happen to you. Gustavo, do you have one more activity in your top 4?
Pardon?
Tell me one more activity from your top 4.
Bueno, no lo sé decir en inglés esto, pero no es como que no alcanzamos como a decidir el orden de de lo más riesgoso, pero yo por lo que podría decir que en el top 4, top 4, swimming the sea.
Okay, good. And what can happen to you or to people when they swim in the sea without any security?
¿Podría volver a repetir?
¿Qué les puede pasar? ¿Qué peligro? ¿Cómo se dice ahogarse y morir? How do you say that? What can happen to people swimming in the sea? When they can?
They can drown.
They can drown. Excellent. Very good. They can drown in the sea. Yeah.
And
die.
Yeah. Okay. Stung by jellyfish.
Ah, yeah. They can get bitten or stung. Yeah. Pinchados. They can get stung by a jellyfish, or they can be bitten by a shark. Okay. Yeah. Also, depending on the place, they can be mordidos o pinchados, stung by a jellyfish or a shark. But in most cases, they can drown, especially when the ocean current is very strong and heavy and the waves are very big, you know, you have to be careful. Martina Yael, please give me one more activity in your top 4.
Traveling in the back of a car without a seatbelt.
Absolutely. For me, it's in my top 4 too. What can happen to people doing this?
Die.
Die, yeah, but before they die,
An accident?
They can have an accident, absolutely. They can have a big accident. They can hit, especially the head, you know, against something solid, or they can be, esto ya se pone más terrorífico, they can be expelled, pero pasa mucho, from the car. They can be expelled from the car and crash against the pavement, against a solid structure, and die. And it's very, very typical accident, unfortunately, because people are careless, descuidado. When people are careless, es lo contrario de careful. When people are careless, when people are not careful, they will have more accidents, you know, more of these problems. Okay? Muy bien. Costó pero salió. Por ejemplo, en el caso de cooking o en el caso, yeah. What can happen to people when they cook? What problems can they have when they cook?
Cut the finger.
They can cut themselves, yeah. Especially the fingers. And they can get quemados. They can, yeah, they can get burned. They can get burned. They can get burned. And that is typical too, you know, with they can get burned cooking different things. Me acuerdo por ahí la gente que hace churros. Había unos accidentes terribles con el aceite, les explotaba. Yeah. And when you do hitchhiking, hitchhiking is in my top 4 too.
Me too.
Yeah, it can be, Jasmine, it can be dangerous. Why? What can happen to people?
But in the world, ¿cómo se decía? Every people's. Sometimes so very evil.
Yeah, some people are bad, you know, people are bad, are evil, yeah. And when you stop the cars, you don't know, you never know what kind of people you are going to meet. And some of these people can be bad people, you know, and they can kill you. You can die, yes. ¿Cómo se dice? How do you say secuestrar?
To kidnap?
Yes, excellent. You could be kidnapped. You can be kidnapped, you know, by a bad person. And that is not very typical, but it can happen, you know. And when you do hitchhiking, I think it's a possibility. I don't like it. I don't like doing hitchhiking or I think it's risky situation. It's a risky situation. Can you see? We have checked. No creo que aprendido, sino que revisado, porque creo que la mayoría de estas palabras las conocía. Tal vez hitchhike no la conocían. Tal vez kidnap, no mucho. But the rest of the words, you are activating your English now and incorporating it one more time. ¿Alguna consulta sobre este ejercicio? ¿Alguna palabrita que no pudieron decir o que quieren chequear o algo?
Ay, profe, a mí me sigue costando así como pronunciar hacer dedo.
Hitch, divídela en dos, Daniela, mira, repite. Hitch,
Hitch,
hike.
hike. Ahí
Hitchhike.
estuvo, ya.
En media alemana, ¿no es cierto? Hitchhiking.
Sí, eso iba a decir.
Germanófila.
Voy a-
Hitchhiking. Hitchhike.
Hitch.
Hike.
Ya me salió un poquito.
If it's difficult for you, you can say car stop. Do car stop. ¿Algo más? Ok, ahorita, en la segunda parte de la clase, me perdí con la hora. ¿A qué hora empezamos? A las
Las
10.
10.
Ah, ya vamos para la hora. En la segunda parte de la clase les voy a explicar las actividades que tienen que hacer, ¿ya? En forma individual, esta semana sobre el tópico este de Risk and Danger. All these activities are in material docente, and I'm going to open up that document and explain it to you, right? Right. So, level 2, week 4, risk and danger. Activities 1, 2, and 3. You have only 3 activities. And the 3 activities are videos that I selected from YouTube. So you have to watch 3 videos from YouTube. All the videos are real. They are very practical, and I think you will be interested by them. The first one is about the most dangerous jobs. It's very interesting. You're going to listen and watch the video, and then you're going to answer all these questions. Let me show you the video para que se entusiasmen. Solamente el comienzo del video. Only the beginning of the video.
The 10 most dangerous jobs in the world. Underwater welder. Underwater welders face a series of dangers on the job every day, including the risk of shock, explosion, decompression sickness, and even wear on their dental fillings. About 30 welders die out of 200 welders on the job annually.
Wow, that is a first. So that is the first activity. Watch the video and answer the questions about the most dangerous jobs, right? Let's continue with the second activity. Number 2, video, COVID-19, vaccines and teens. Vacunas para el COVID-19 y los adolescentes. El COVID y las vacunas relacionadas a ustedes. Persons, young people of 18, 19, 20 years old. In this case, you're going to watch the video and listen, and you have to mention 5 important pieces of information from the video. Lo ven, lo escuchan cuantas veces quieran, y después mencionan, anotan, remarcan 5 ideas principales, 5 cosas que aprendieron del video. Let me show you that so you get more interested. Here we go.
Arizona teens 16 and older are already eligible to get the vaccine, but if you're the one making their appointment, our ABC 15 Health insiders say there are a few things you're going to need to know. Here's our Kaylee O'Kelly.
Along with adults here in Arizona, right now teenagers who are 16 and 17 years of age are also eligible to get a COVID-19 vaccine, but only the one from Pfizer. And that's because of Pfizer. Here in Arizona, right now teenagers who are 16 and 17 years of age are also eligible to get a COVID-19 vaccine, but only the one from Pfizer. And that's because of Pfizer.
All right. So this is a news from the USA, from Arizona, and it's telling that teens of 16 and 17 can use, are eligible, o sea, pueden usar the Pfizer vaccine, you know, the Pfizer vaccine. So that is one piece of information that you can mention in this video, but you have much more information you can check, right? What about you people? Are you going to get the vaccine? Are you thinking of getting the vaccine or not? I think it's a very good idea for you, young people, to get the vaccine, to get vaccinated, because with this, you are helping to stop the propagation of COVID-19, you know? And in the end, to get the herd immunity. Mientras más gente se vacune, mejor, y vamos a obtener en algún momento la inmunidad de rebaño que está escrito acá, herd immunity, you know, which is a job of everybody. Okay. El último videito también tiene que ver con el COVID, se los muestro al tiro. La actividad dice, number 3, worldwide COVID infections rising due to new virus variants. Las infecciones COVID a nivel mundial aumentando debido a las variantes nuevas. Tiene que ver con el COVID, las variantes y el mundo. Y lo mismo, you have to watch the video and mention 5 important pieces of information from the video. 5 ideas importantes del video. So let me show you the video and we finish. Here and here.
India today says it's the fastest country in the world to administer 100 million doses of COVID vaccines. It achieved the feat in 85 days. It took the U.S. 89. And there's progress.
Escuchen la primera parte y después yo les voy a hacer unas preguntitas.
Says India today says it's the fastest country in the world to administer 100 million doses of COVID vaccines. It achieved the feat in 85 days. It took the U.S. 89.
Ok. Ese es solo el comienzo. Ya hay ahí mucha información. Por ejemplo, what is the country that was the fastest, el más rápido, the fastest in the world to vaccinate 100 million people? What is the countries in the world that vaccinated more people, 100 million people, in a short time? ¿No? Bueno, ok, está bien. Chile no tiene 100 millones de personas. India, ¿no es cierto? India. Y después lo siguió Estados Unidos. India lo hizo en 80 y tantos días y mira, voy a poner de nuevo. Y Estados Unidos lo hizo en un poquito más de días. ¿Va? Déjame volver. Bueno, la tarea, como ven, es entretenida y estos videos son realistas, son noticias, así que les va a servir mucho en practicar.
India today says it's the fastest country
India today says it's the fastest country
in the world to administer 100 million doses of COVID vaccines.
It's the fastest country in the world to administer or to vaccine.
It achieved the feat in 85 days.
So they vaccinated 100 million people in 85 days only.
It took the U.S. 89.
And it took the U.S. 89 days. So it was the fastest after the USA to vaccinate 100 million people. That is a lot of people, you know? Okay. So that is all for today, my friends. Por eso, ustedes tienen que escucharlo muchas veces. Recuerden que también pueden ponerlo más lentito. Muchas veces los videos tienen los subtítulos, tienen muchas formas. Lo importante es que, como saben ustedes, pasen las 2 horas que tienen que pasar estudiando inglés con estas actividades es vital y con eso van a ir entendiendo más, mejorando y activando su listening comprehension, right? Y los videos, como les digo, están especialmente elegidos para el tema de risk and danger. So everything is connected in this class. All right? Do you have any questions? If you don't have any questions, dígame.
No.
Ah, ya, perfecto. Si no tienen preguntas, lo dejamos hasta aquí. Nos vemos la semana 5. Es importante que estén todos presentes la próxima semana porque les voy a explicar la primera actividad evaluada la próxima semana, ¿ya? Así es que hagan todos sus trabajitos, por favor, de esta semana, de todos los videos. Repasen todo y si tienen preguntas, me contacten. All right? So that is all for today. Thank you very much for being here and let's get in touch. Take care. Bye-bye, my friends.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, bye.
Oye, vayan a tomarse un cafecito también para que despierten para la otra clase.
Sí, 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 sí. Ajá, ajá.